We're going to bring in Nevada Lieutenant Governor Mark Hutchison now joining us. Thank you so much, sir, for your time at this time, because it's so critical what you're doing there on the ground. Tell me right now what it's like there in Nevada and kind of what you're dealing with.
Well, Las Vegas has been my hometown, Harris. Born and raised here. I raised 6 children here. We have families who live in this community who are absolutely just heartbroken and shattered by this event, because so many of our friends and our neighbors, our co-workers, everybody's been touched by this. But there is a resiliency here, and there's a great example of the human spirit and the American spirit that continues to shine forth. You've already been reporting on this, Harris. You know there's been example after example of just heroic efforts, ordinary Americans helping ordinary Americans make it through the night, and it's been inspiring.
You know, President Trump and the First Lady are on their way now. We understand they are just arriving at University Medical Center. They're going to be meeting with some of the patients and the medical staff who've saved so many lives. And I know that you and your office have had a chance to meet with victims' families and those people who have survived this. What word would you have about them and to them?
Well, I can just tell you that some of the finest people on the planet are among those families in Las Vegas right now, at UMC, at Sunrise, at Valley Spring, at Valley, Spring Valley, all the hospitals around town. I've been visiting them for the last 2 days, Harris, and the strength and the fortitude and the compassion and the love of those families is just, again, inspiring. And I'm so grateful that the president is here. The most important thing he can do is meet with those victims and their families and give them comfort and let them know that we care about them, and the full resources of the government and faith-based communities and individuals are at their disposal.
Lieutenant Governor, we may have the opportunity to be on the air at the same time as the president arrives. We have a live view camera, which sometimes can give us a shot, which we normally wouldn't be able to get in terms of getting in close. Of course, we will not violate any space getting into the hospital area, but if we see the president pop up on the left side of our screen, I will acknowledge it. Have you had a chance to talk with the president?
I have not had a chance to speak with him. I'm just grateful that he's here, though. I know that he's got a very full schedule with a lot going on, and the fact that he would carve out the time to be here in Las Vegas speaks a lot about his willingness to comfort a city that needs to be comforted, and the victims and their families who need to be comforted. So I'm grateful he's here. You
know, the president spent a little bit of extra time on the tarmac with Las Vegas mayor and the sheriff. Boy, I tell you, your sheriff in that town, I mean, the whole nation is rallying behind all of you, but they have watched on full display Sheriff Lombardo handle just an unimaginable scene.
Well, Joe Lombardo is a good friend of mine. He is a true public servant. He is a true law enforcement man, and somebody who's a public servant who is just the best of the best. Harris, you're absolutely right. He has lived without much food or sleep, and has done just all he possibly can to investigate this horrendous act and to get to the bottom of what happened here, and to give us all the information he possibly can. I just cannot say enough about him. I can't say enough about our mayor, Carolyn Goodman, as well. We all are Las Vegans, Nevadans, and Americans who have rallied around this horrific scene to provide comfort and help any way that we can. But they've provided the leadership in a major way, as has our governor, Governor Sandoval. So just grateful for all these leaders in our community and our state.
You know what, having you share with our viewers that you're from Las Vegas, we understand that sometimes you're called upon as leaders to wear different hats, and that hat of consoler and leader, of course. But when you go home, I mean, this is your community, and in your heart of hearts, I can only imagine what everybody is going through, and you're a part of that. Before I let you go, I just want you to speak on how this maybe has changed the town and what you are, as you look forward, what you know to be true about being a Las Vegan.
Well, I can just tell you, I've got, as I said, 6 children. My youngest daughter, Sophie, is 18 years old, and I met with a young lady in a local hospital who's 18 years old as well, who was victimized by this shooting and who is suffering from some very serious injuries. It changes your viewpoint. It changes your priority, and you remember what's important in life. What's important in life, Harris, is your family and the relationships you have with your loved ones and your friends and your associates. It really brings us together and reminds us that, sometimes there's this bickering and this fighting and this disputes about what we do in politics. But when it comes to Americans and families, we're one big family. I'm grateful for all the support that you all have provided to help cover this scene and to help cover this situation, and to give us an opportunity to tell Las Vegans that we love them, to thank the American people for all the support that they've given us, and to let you know that we'll be stronger through this experience because of our faith in God and because of the American spirit and the Nevadan spirit.
Amazing. I wrote down what you said about that spirit, took a couple of notes for myself from that wisdom, sir. Lieutenant Governor Mark Hutchison of Nevada, thank you.